what's up everyone? Welcome to ANI Tech Talk. Today, Aptad and I bring you guys a warm-up episode for upcoming Apple WWDC event that's on Monday. There are a lot of rumors and leaks which we will discuss regarding the new Apple operating systems, OS updates, and the new devices.
So grab popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode.
So finally, Apple WWDC. Are you excited?
Yeah, this June 6th, we have Apple WWDC. And the most exciting part is that there's so many leaks about this so far.
Oh yeah.
And today we list all of them one by one and give our own predictions and discussions and our favorites that we've come across so far.
Sounds good. So let's get started.
All right. So at the start, based on Apple WWDC and all the events they've done in the past, iOS and iPad OS 16 are like the most expected updates to show up.
Oh yeah.
This WWDC. So what are you thinking is going to happen, or what are you most excited about? What do you think?
So the iPad OS 16 for me, I think it's got me the most attention of it, because from the rumor we saw those like multitasking windows on the iPad OS.
Yep.
So Apple always saying using the iPad as a like productivity, but it's so limited when you use iPad OS. You can only like 2 proper windows and 1 extra floating window. It's not means really like productive. You know what I mean? So from the rumor this time, it's like they brought like Mac kind of tasking management on the iPad OS 16.
Okay.
So I'm pretty interested about it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think every year Apple has gotten this strategy of making the iPad OS more and more aligned with Mac OS, right?
Yes,
Generally.
but they're never gonna match them. So at the end of the day, iPad gonna be like a sub equipment for a Mac. They'll be getting closer but never matched. So I'm pretty excited to see how Apple gonna change their like multitasking stuff on the iOS 6 and iPad OS 16.
Yeah,
So
it should be interesting.
what do you think?
I think for iPad OS, yes, the multitasking, we have these news regarding that, how we can have multiple windows, like 3 windows, I think, and they can be stacked up side by side. This is something that I think is very interesting for an iPad. But generally speaking, what really got my attention this time was iOS 16
Oh,
and its leaks.
okay.
So iOS 16, apparently, and we have a very good video here too, we found on Twitter, but the main thing that really excites me is the always on display that is rumored to come with the iPhone 14 Pro.
Oh,
So this is interesting, in my opinion.
why do you like that most?
Because I am mainly an Android user.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I've had this feature for many, many years. And on my Apple devices or my tablet, pads, and in my family, the iPhones, this is the one thing that is missing in all of them. And it's going to be interesting to see how Apple does it and how different does it do it compared to like Samsung.
You know, bro, in my point of view, Apple should have brought this feature 6 years ago.
Yes, that's when it came out on Samsung.
Yeah, but right now, at least on iPhone, I mean, it's available on the Apple Watch, but never on iOS devices.
Exactly. So this is why I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Regarding Apple itself, like how will they come about with this? the iPhone 13 Pro has an LTPO panel, so its refresh rate can go really, really low.
Oh, the promotion?
Yeah, but like it can go, yeah, it can vary very like drastically, almost like a Samsung.
Yeah, like
But
10 frames
yeah, till
per
10 hertz.
second.
Yeah, 10 frames.
Yeah, 10 hertz, 10 hertz.
Now, Galaxy Ultra can do like 1 hertz. Now, if 14 Pro can do that, this would make this very much easier. But I don't know why I'm bothering with this, because you have Android phones with like no variable refresh rate, just constant 60 FPS, and those phones easily use always display with an all-day battery. But the iPhone has such a good battery life. Like the new iPhones, iPhone 13 Pro Max, and even iPhone 12 has really good battery life compared to other Android phones.
Compared to before, yes.
Compared to other Android phones too. Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, it should be interesting. And do you think they're going to, like you mentioned, Wear OS, right? It has Apple Watch. It has always on display. Do you think Apple is going to use that technology on their phone?
I think Apple didn't do it because they think it's so unnecessary. Apple has that feature. Once you raise up your phone, you can see everything, all the information on it, right? I think that's the only reason they didn't do like the always on display, to show up those informations about the time, weather, and the battery life. But they could do it, bro. They have those like technology. They just don't want to give to you. That's always Apple does.
Because they want to sell you the watch separately.
Yeah, I guess. Only for that feature.
No, but it kind of makes sense. Even like I own the S22. When it gets shipped, by the way, by default, the always on display is disabled. You have to manually enable it in the settings.
Oh, bro, in this point of view, it's actually pretty interesting. You know how much difference the always on display and the turned off makes the battery life?
So yeah, I'll tell you. So based on my previous phone, the S8, sorry, that used to take around 7% battery life of total 100%. 7% used to go to always on display in my daily usage. So it's a lot, but it's not like it's okay. You can do it. It's fine. Especially iPhone and iPhone 13 Pro Plus, like all these other phones after iPhone 13 Pro, iPhone 14. I'm pretty sure they can easily handle this.
Yeah, I agree.
And they will have an LTPO panel. So my S22, like I've not used it enough to get in always on display battery percentage thing, but I'm pretty sure it has a way better always on display performance compared to my S8, old S8, because that was constant 60 FPS and this one go down to like 10.
Yes.
So
so that's what you're like most interested.
Yeah.
For the always on display, right?
Yeah, you're right. And there's a mock-up video by 9tech11 of what iOS 16 could look like. So give me your opinions on this as you watch it. Like, what is the most interesting thing for you as an iPhone user?
Like, you can swipe up and down to change like the two. Like right now, you can only have two features: the light, the torch, and the camera.
Yeah.
So if you can swipe up and down to change different tools, that's gonna be a cool feature here. It helps a lot.
Yeah, easy to use then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think of these widgets on the lock screen?
Oh, bro, I haven't noticed that. So they put the widgets on the unlock screen.
Yeah, that's one of the...
Oh, I think this is gonna be like a good improve here. Like, you have more access of the information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without doing anything else. Just like, bro, just try to imagine always on display with all those like extra information.
Yeah.
You don't have to unlock your phone. You can access all the information you want right away.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you can customize it too, right? Like
Yeah.
on the Samsung phones, you can put a calendar, audio playback, even a
Mm-hmm.
picture frame,
Mm-hmm.
like a picture slideshow. But I don't think that's always on display, that's lock screen. But in the always on display, you can set your own custom picture to show up always
Yes.
on. But that's interesting. And what do you think of the new control panel? Like the arrangement of icons? Is it easier?
Similar thing, that just like switch the media control and those like tools upside and down.
Oh, okay. Do you
Yeah.
think they did
So.
this for ease of reachability
Oh yes.
in one
Yes.
hand, right? Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of
Mm-hmm.
like One UI
Yes.
has done that. But this one is different. Like, it looks very different. It looks nothing like Android.
Yeah.
It looks very unique. Not the home screen, lock screen. This is very similar to Android, actually.
Yeah. They also look similar
This
right
is
now.
unique. Yeah, this part.
Yeah. This is unique.
This is unique. I like
Yeah.
this. It looks interesting.
Yes. Ah, so it makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good preview of what iOS 16 would look like, which is why we're discussing this. We also have an updated call screen interface.
Oh.
So
Okay.
a brief.
So some brief like information about the color.
Yeah, very basic. And it's good. It's quality of life changes. This is something I found interesting.
What is this?
So-
Dolby Atmos?
It's, well, yeah, that's Dolby Atmos, but not that. The thing is, apparently, in iMessage,
Oh.
they're going to have like stories, like Instagram stories option.
Ah.
I find that strange. I don't know if that's like, how will that work? Basically, the rumor is there are more social features integrated in messages. But if they're gonna have stories, that's so unique. I mean,
Bro, it makes sense.
it
Like,
makes sense, yeah.
yeah, it makes sense. From like the meme picture of the WWDC this time,
Oh,
they
yeah?
show like a lot of people. Yes. Like,
Yeah.
I think from this, I can imagine they want to focus on some social features. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you think iMessage will get like a
Yeah,
mini,
yeah. I think this probably like a reliable rumor.
like a
for me.
Snapchat style update
Yes.
completely, like combine the Animoji and
Yeah.
everything else and stories, and this would be interesting. Do you think iMessage will come on Android then if they're gonna do this?
I think so.
Because if you're gonna do this, now you are competing directly with.
Bro, like
Snap
Apple is
and
quite
stuff.
ambitious about it. I think they just want to make another social media app in
I
the
think so.
future
I
as
think they
a
do.
messenger.
I think they do.
Yeah.
I've thought this for a long time that they will probably make like their own Snapchat
Social
or
media.
Instagram style
Yeah.
interface, like an app completely.
Yeah, and then everything gonna build in the messenger.
It'll be built in, yeah. So if you're an Apple user, it'll be easier to use and it have more features. But I think they will make it available on Android and Windows. I think they will.
Windows. My God.
Well, unless it's like Snapchat,
It is possible.
unless
it
it's
is
like
possible.
Snapchat and it's only on the phones, I guess only Android. But it can show up on Windows through, the new Android apps thing. Well, who knows?
Yeah.
But this covers basically iOS 16 and iPadOS. Very interesting. You have a lot of things to look forward to. And speaking of which, next things to look forward to. We have
The
other
Apple
software too.
Watch.
Yeah, WatchOS
Mac-
updates.
WatchOS and macOS.
And macOS, yes. So, what do you want as an Apple Watch user? What do you personally want in the next WatchOS?
I just wanted Apple gave us a longer battery life.
Yeah?
They can do it. They can do it. They can just like control their from their software end to make the battery life, to optimize the battery life.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, that is kind of what 9to5Mac reports. That there could be an iPhone-like low-power mode that would offer more usability than the current power reserve mode. So You never know.
Yeah.
Battery life could be long. What's your ideal battery life, by the way, for a smartwatch? What do you want?
For me,
Yeah, as
a
your
week.
ideal. A week? Yeah, I agree.
A week.
I agree. I would also keep it as a week.
Yeah. But bro, I mean, if you couldn't do a week, at least 2 days.
Yeah.
1 day battery life. You know, sometimes I use my Apple Watch to just monitoring my sleep.
Yeah.
And then the next day, if I wear it to work or do something else, by the time I went back home, there's no battery. It's empty.
Yeah,
So-
that's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite annoying. I mean, I love Apple Watch, don't get me wrong, but the battery life really annoys me sometimes.
They can get like battery life of, I think the Garmin watches, those are like 5 days, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
5 hours. 5 days battery life. That's ideal in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Samsung, Google, and Apple should aim for 5 days battery
Yeah.
life on watches. Definitely, they have to.
They can do it, but I
can, yeah.
think you just don't want to give you those features right away.
It's quite sad. Hopefully, once they do, then I'll be really interested in buying the first company who does this.
Yeah. So, what's the rumor about Apple Watch here?
Another rumor is apparently you can do watch mirroring between like AirPlay mirroring, so you can AirPlay certain parts of, I guess, of your phone onto the watch, or from the watch to the phone, vice versa. And the other thing is assistive touch gestures. This is something I just read and I thought it was interesting, that you can kind of use it like its own remote control for your phone and stuff, you know, like, or for your whatever Apple device you have, you know, it's like a remote control essentially. And it's the accessibility feature, because imagine you're like disabled and you want to control things a lot easier without getting up, you know.
Yeah.
This could be good. Yeah, what do you think?
I think this is a good feature, and I also expected that feature, bro. Because Apple, remember last year, Apple released a new feature between the iPad OS and the Mac OS. It's called Universal Control.
Yes.
So basically, you can use a single mouse and a keyboard to control all of your devices.
Yeah.
If they probably gonna bring this one, I mean Apple Watch, into this club this year. Because you know what, on your Mac, you can use your Apple Watch, unlock your Mac, like instead of inserting the password, you can just tap your Apple Watch and do that.
Oh yeah, like a security feature because you're new. It's like a two-factor authentication. It's without
Yes.
Without slowing down.
Sort of, yes, sort of. But if they can bring more features like control between the Apple Watch and the Mac OS and Mac OS, that's gonna be a cool feature.
I think this feature you just mentioned, this was also like back when I had the Nexus 5. They had this feature, I think it's called Google Smart Lock, that
Yes.
if your phone is near a certain Bluetooth device that you set up,
Yes.
it will
Same thing.
be unlocked because you're near it.
Yes.
So, and also, I think that back when I had the HTC Wildfire S on Android Gingerbread, that's Android 3.0, that's ancient. There's a thing that if you're in a certain area on the map, like you can assign that as your home, that device will always be unlocked. So do you think Apple might do that? Or do they already have that feature? That
They already have the similar feature.
that you can just enter your house and everything is just unlocked
Yes.
if it's in the house.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I think these are good accessibility features that they like seem very like small, but when you're using it daily,
Yeah, you'll
It
find
becomes-
you cannot leave them anymore.
exactly.
I
like,
mean, yeah.
it becomes so like dependent on it.
Yes. So talking to the Mac OS, what do you think they're gonna do for this year?
So apparently, it's called macOS Mammoth.
Oh my God, why is it called a mammoth?
I don't know.
Bring it to the ancient
Ice Age,
time.
right? Yeah.
So bro, I'm not kidding. If I don't think Apple gonna name it in this way, because if they call it Mac OS Mammoth, next time they're gonna call it Mac OS Dinosaur.
Oh man, dinosaur, Jurassic. I don't know the name. I thought they were naming it based on like
I think still on the national
areas.
parks.
Yeah, yeah.
Areas national parks. So what I think they're probably gonna call the new Mac OS Yellowstone.
That's a good name actually.
Yeah.
I like that name.
So let's see.
Yellowstone.
They
And they
just
can put the
bring-
wallpaper, right? Of a Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah.
Because they have like Yosemite, they have High Sierra, they have Big Sur.
Yes.
Yes.
And the current one is Monterey, right? Monterey.
Monterey, yeah.
Yeah. So this should be interesting. I don't know exactly what we're going to get here based on what the Verge stated. Apparently there's like a new iPhone focus mode feature within macOS. So in iPhone and iPads you have this focus mode feature, right?
Oh yeah.
It silences certain notifications and so on.
It's
So
actually
focus-
synced via all your devices.
Exactly.
So if you turn on that do not disturb on your iPhone,
yeah.
it's turned on your Mac, iPad, which logged into the same iCloud account as well.
Yeah. It's all synchronized, yeah.
Yes.
And I think what they're saying is macOS, the new one, will, I think, develop further in that feature
Oh.
and have a more robust experience when it comes to focus mode. So something like Windows Focus Assist, remember that? Like it's on Windows, like Windows 10.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're gonna do like a way more advanced version of that, which is synchronized with the one, like you said.
Yeah, bro. Talking of the synchronize on the focus mode, I don't know I didn't find the solution of it, or it's just like a kind of bug on the Apple. So if I turn on the focus mode on my iPhone, it's like synchronized of all your devices, but I only want is like silent on my Mac. I wanted like my phone keep like have the no bother here, just go with the normal mode here. I couldn't do it. It's always synced.
So that's a glitch, huh?
Yes.
Hey, they might fix it. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully they can fix it. I mean, at least give me some like individual edit on the different mode which I want.
Yeah. Do you think? Oh, one more thing. Now that we mentioned Mac OS, and a little bit rewind on Mac OS and iPad OS and iPhone OS. Apparently, there might be a new app for AirPods.
Oh.
Specifically, so just to give you a brief example. So when you get like a Samsung earbud, okay, you have to download an app called Galaxy Wearable. And on that app, you can do bass boost options and you can customize your experience of the AirPods. And right now you can, if you go into settings, and it's really deep in the settings, you have AirPods customization. But many like people like you and I can find it, and those who are listening to it can find it. But like our parents and other individuals, for them to even go on the settings for AirPods,
yes,
it's going to be insane for them. So
I agree.
If it's just in one app, and you just click on it, you can just customize it however you want, like spatial sound on, off, noise cancellation on, off.
Just like Apple TV.
I know, yeah.
Yes.
But this one, like from phone perspective, it'll be like Galaxy Wearable, where you can change the bass boost option and so many other things. How much noise cancellation do you want? 30%, 40%, 50%, 100%. So that could also come on macOS.
Oh, bro. Speaking of macOS, you said the new apps, right?
Yeah.
So from the Mark Gurman, he also said Apple probably gonna bring the Final Cut Pro into the iPad.
Really?
Yes. So I'm expecting that. That means I can edit the video anywhere if I want. If they bring it into iPad Pro.
That's about time, right? Because, and it makes sense. They optimize Final Cut Pro for M1 already.
Yeah.
And iPads, if I'm not mistaken, new ones have M1, right?
Yeah.
So,
But it has to be new one. I want to see if they can also work on the old iPads, not only the M1.
It should. I think it should. It makes sense because the old A15 chips and A12 chips, these are very powerful.
Yeah, and they share the similar architecture.
Exactly.
So it's not a big deal for Apple,
So do you think that would be like...
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Do you think you have to pay again? Or
No.
No, right?
That's going to be the same, bro.
I hope not. I hope it's like you pay once, you can just use it. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, regarding now Mac OS, obviously, that means we can also get new Macs.
Oh, yes.
So what do you think? What are the most likely predictions or wish lists that you have?
So a lot of rumors talked about Apple gonna release a couple of new Mac this year, like because they want they'll put a new chip here. So it's almost a time to update from M1 to M2, right?
Yes.
So yes, the M2 could make it.
Debut.
So they said, okay, here's gonna be a new Mac Mini with M2. And a new MacBook Air with M2 as well. Probably also the MacBook Pro 13-inch with M2.
Yeah, so regarding MacBook Air.
Yep. But notch, my God.
Based on the leaks we've seen, I think this post by Apple Hub sums it all up, which is why I'm showing it. First of all, you just said it. Notch.
Bro, this notch is ugly.
Not a fan?
No.
I mean,
at least for MacBook Pro, I couldn't stand the notch, but the notch is in black. That means you can hide the notch with like a darker background.
yes.
But this one, there's no way to hide it.
White.
Yes. I don't think Apple gonna do some design like that, bro.
I don't know why. I don't mean to say this in general, but it just looks ugly.
Yeah, it's so obtrusive. It's not ugly. It's just like you cannot focus.
I would rather it have just been a flat, like, plain, like bezel at the top, rather than a...
Bro, please give me a 720p camera and without a notch.
Oh, wow. So like a hole punch.
Yes. Or bro, remember before they have like proper 720p camera and have a slim bezel?
Yes.
Apple can do it, but they put a 1080p HD camera here, but put a notch. In that kind of case, please give me 720p of the front camera and get rid of that notch.
They can easily put a 4K in a really tiny spot. Because look on your iPhone right now, the iPhone notch. The camera sensor itself, not the Face ID sensor. You can see the lens.
Yes.
And the module. It's not that big.
Yeah.
I think that notch with the Face ID is still smaller than this notch with just 1080p. I don't know. It should be interesting. But you have experience with this notch, right? You have a MacBook Pro. So...
I just bought one today.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So like,
I bought the 14-inch one.
Yeah.
So far, the notch didn't bother me. So far, yes, the notch didn't bother me. But bro, as I mentioned, it's a black notch. You can just like get rid of it somehow by putting a black background or a deeper background. But this one is a white notch. You cannot ignore it in any circumstances.
I think this new MacBook Air looks a lot like the new iMacs that came out. You know, the one with the white bells?
Yes.
And it will most likely have multiple colors too.
Yes.
Just like they
Yes.
show in their Apple event, multiple
Yes.
colors, they could have the same for MacBook Air.
Apple MacBook Air and Mac Mini, they said they're probably gonna put a lot of different colors on those two devices.
Yeah. So we have like a 13-inch display, most likely new design. But you know what's so weird about this?
Yeah.
That the MacBook Air will ship with M2. Like, that's weird. I thought they would announce M2 chip with like MacBook Pro. You know,
No, bro. Last
with
year,
MacBook Air, like that's so
no,
random.
no, bro. Last year they released the MacBook Pro and Air
Yeah.
together with M1 chip.
Okay.
So remember you watched that event with me?
Yeah.
So they had like a MacBook Pro 13-inch, MacBook Air, and Mac Mini.
Yes.
So it makes sense they put the M2 right now. Bro, at that time we thought M1 was an amazing chip,
Yes.
but after they released M1 Pro and the M1 Max, we know M1 is just like a basic chip. So it makes more sense to put an M2 chip, which is the basic, on the lower module like MacBook Air and Mac Mini.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they started with lower M2, and then MacBook Pro will be like M2 Pro
Yeah, M2 Max.
or M2 Max Ultra will be the Mac Pro, which they're saying apparently we might get a new Mac Pro. So
In any case, Apple already said it. Like right now, other than the Mac Pro, they finished the transition to the Apple Silicon. So Mac Pro will be the last device for the 2 years transition.
okay.
And speaking of that, I think other than the M2 chip on the M Pro, they will put a totally different level chip on it.
Okay. Like they might just release the M2 Pro maybe.
I think should be more powerful, bro. Like remember from last event, Apple said the M1 Ultra is the last product of the M1 line.
Oh yeah.
So there will not be any chip named with M1.
Okay.
And the M basically it stands for the mobility.
Yes.
It's most likely for the mobile devices like MacBook, even Mac Mini and the new Mac Studio.
Even iPad, right? Has M1 now.
Yes, bro, you can easily move them. It's not like a big giant proper tower like Mac Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's M stand for. So this time, if they talk about Mac Pro, I think they're gonna put a chip which is super powerful, 100%. Apple probably name it D1, which stands for desktop,
That sounds nice.
or X1, it means extra, extreme, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think Apple gonna do. How do you think?
Yeah, I think a new lineup with a new name like D1 maybe, or whichever, X1, that would give a better impression to many people that, okay, this is now meant for like a proper workstation processor. You know, like, yeah, it has mobility and so on, but this is powerhouse, you know.
Yes,
It
or
cares
W1
yeah,
workstation.
W1,
Yeah.
workstation one. So this one will be like a main chip for just horsepower. It
Yes.
doesn't care about mobility, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Or cooling, like no
Yeah,
problem.
power consumption maximum.
Basically, yeah. So we can get 2 devices most likely.
Yes. Basically 3. Wait, just don't forget the Mac Mini.
Oh yeah, the new Mac Mini.
Yeah, probably they're gonna just mention it, and then you can buy it at the end of the August or September.
Yeah, that makes sense. M2 could be coming in and so on. This should be interesting with a new generation of chips. we also have most likely a new complete generation of hardware coming.
One more thing.
We have most likely the Apple headset.
Oh.
So tell
From
me
this
your
side,
opinion.
bro, from this like side of view, it looks like AirPods Max. Just kidding.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. This texture does look a bit like AirPods Max. It looks like the AirPods Max, like the bag.
Yes.
Also, kind
Especially with those two straps.
yeah.
Yeah. So Apple, bro, this rumor is here for years about Apple gonna make AR glasses.
And what do you think they're gonna show this time?
Remember last month we did review for the Google I/O, and Google released glasses.
Yeah, they didn't call it anything.
Yeah, they didn't call it anything,
Yeah.
but this time, Google already did it, so I truly think Apple will do it.
Oh yeah.
Should
Be interesting.
My question here is, what kind of feature Apple gonna put on this mobile device?
Yeah, at the moment, I mean, look, we barely know much about this except that it's a headset that Apple is working on. It will have AR and VR combined. And you know how Apple AR has been developed over the years on the iPad, for example, with the LiDAR sensors, and on the phone as well.
Yes.
It is basically all leading up to this device, which is the Apple, whatever it's called. I guess we'll call it the Apple headset, virtual headset. Now the thing is, like, it's been like you said, they've been working on it for a long time. We've been seeing this rumor for a really long time. In fact, we saw it at a time when this was the original patent, like many years ago. For basically, you have like a theater kind of system inside your class. You see, you got like gears and everything. Like, it's crazy what Apple was planning, and over time they've now made it into this
Without any mechanical stuff in.
Yeah, other than just the strap, like no gears, obviously. But personally, this is something that could be shown right now. Even Ming Chin Ko, he said that it could be shown in WWDC this year, but the launch is still most likely next year.
Okay.
And there are many reasons for this. So the thing is, like, first of all, before we get into potential like delays, what do you think of the OS? That's it.
I think from like Apple, a lot of people got like the code, like OS code from Apple.
Yes.
This probably gonna call Reality OS. Just like match what they gonna call this glasses, like AR glasses or augmented reality stuff.
Yes.
But the only question here, bro, can you imagine how people gonna use this?
Oh, yeah. I don't see the purpose of this big headset for anything other than like things like games, maybe, or entertainment. I don't really think of anything like useful, you know. I mean useful, I mean more like productivity based, you know. Do you think Apple later on release like glasses like the way Google is showing?
I think this one probably a little bit different. At least it won't focus on translating stuff.
Yeah, but like in the aesthetics, do you think they'll
Once
make
Apple designs something, it's gonna be face to the designers or engineers.
Yes.
Or probably like people for coding. Like when you're wearing these glasses, you can see like the distance from you to another people, the whole area of a room.
Yes.
For like those real world application of those AR stuff.
And you think this can do something like that?
I think so.
So a bit like HoloLens, kind of?
Yes.
Because this does look like HoloLens without the huge visor at the front. This kind of look like HoloLens, in my opinion. It's just lighter.
It does.
And the main reason, by the way, now I mentioned it, is that there's been like a lot of development, like problems going on with this device, and there's a good reason for it. And from what I heard, like based on rumors, and that has been reported to us, is that the thing is, this is not being built at the Apple park. Not being built there.
Oh?
It's being built off-site in some secluded, like, no, I wouldn't say secluded, but like it's a completely different area, maybe in a different state, I'm not even sure, but it is not in Apple Park. And it's a small team who was given this duty to work on this over the years.
So it sounds like a first-class secret.
It is a first-class secret, which is why there have been so many delays and development problems, because there's a big communication gap between Apple Park and their whatever facility they have. And I mean, I don't know what is Apple doing that they want to keep it so secret. But I mean, we discussed last week, right?
Yeah.
Not last week, like couple of weeks ago, the Facebook Metaverse headset, remember? The one Mark Zuckerberg was wearing? I mean, even there, he had the thing like pixelated, like as if it's some high top secret tech, that if anyone spots it's gonna leak secrets. But we can see the design already. You pixelated it.
Yeah.
So I mean, even this, like, I don't know, like, it's a secret. I know Apple has a lot of like leaks coming off within the company, like especially like front page tech, right? Like they get so many leaks like way before.
Yes.
So I think Apple took like no chances this time.
Bro, let me tell you why Apple make it a first-class secret. Because when they release it, they gonna change the world again.
Oh, yeah.
This is totally a different level devices compared to everything we have right now. Don't you think so?
Oh yeah, this is like going to be like the fourth one now, right? The phones, we had phones, we had tablets, we had watches, and we had accessories like AirPods and so on. And now you have, well, I guess if you don't count accessory, this is the fourth headset.
Yeah, bro. I mean, this device, before we actually go into the metaverse, this gonna be the device everybody gonna need.
I think Apple is making their own metaverse.
Bro, this is some pre-metaverse device. You know what I mean? It's mixed with the reality and the virtuality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Metaverse is mainly just virtual.
Yeah.
But it's not even. Like we saw a couple of weeks ago in the Mark Zuckerberg's demo that, yeah, he was like in a meeting and he's shown that before Metaverse. But then with his headset, he can see his hands, real hands, like a real table, and there's a sticky note in front of him. And he's like signing on it. So it's also mixed reality. This is basically mixed reality, right? Alternate and virtual mix. So Windows mixed reality, right? So I don't know. I mean, do you think? All right. So let's discuss like WWDC and this device itself. We'll make many videos regarding future of AR and VR, but like for WWDC, what do you think they're gonna show? Will they show the whole device, or will they just show like a concept and tell the developers, here's the code, we give it to you, next year you're going to launch apps on it when we release it? Or will they actually have a prototype physical to show us?
Personally, I think they just give you a prototype.
Okay, but will they show it in WWDC?
Possible.
Like the actual prototype, right?
Yeah. Because like as it mentioned here, Science of the Reality OS. I think Apple probably already made the operating system for this machine, but you know how much work they have to done before they actually release this product.
Yeah.
Yes, right?
They would have, but you know, they still need like companies like Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat to, not Snapchat, like, you know, companies like Office and all these companies to make apps for YouTube, especially. To make apps for this.
Oh.
So they developed their own a very long time ago. Like maybe a couple of years ago, they already made it and they've kind of like refined it over the years. But like for WWDC, it's going to show the public companies, the other companies, not their own, within their own ecosystem, like third-party devs, to make something for it, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be like? Will it be like plug-in or will it run on battery?
I think it runs on battery. And I assume the battery won't be last for long.
I don't think so either. If you're doing VR, that takes so much battery life, by the way.
Yes.
So,
And bro, this stuff needs a lot of computing power.
okay, yeah. So regarding that, do you think it'll have its own dedicated chip, or will it be Bluetooth with your phone?
Oh,
Streaming.
100%. Bro, just like a simple question here. You know how much processing power is needed to just give you the instant information from the glass, from a camera or a sensor?
How much?
A lot. Everything is like real-time processing. I don't think the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth have that capability, bro. Anyway, it's gonna drain your phone or iPad power, or it's just consume its own power. Which way you think it makes more sense? Because for that much computing like performance, I think it's gonna drain. You couldn't properly use your phone or iPad.
Oh, so you're saying this will be a big bottleneck for the phones than it would be for the headset?
Bro, I mean, phones right now, if we like, it's already a big performance drain when we use some like professional apps, right? And right now you have once you like those apps gonna consume your phone performance. At the same time, it's gonna take those data via like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, transfer to another device, and that device send back all those information of the real-time processing unit you have to deal with.
Yes.
I think it's just too condensed for a single chip, just for how much work it has to be done.
Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. We're probably maybe with 5G,
bro.
In the future,
the problem is like right now, even you want to use your AR stuff on your phone, on the iPad, or even you log into the Apple.com and put an AR model like Mac Pro, MacBook in front of you, right?
Yeah.
In 3 minutes, your phone can cook an egg on it.
Oh yeah,
easily.
Yeah.
That's only a single 3D model in AR. Gonna drain that that much power.
You're right.
And
It
right
does heat
now,
up.
you have another headset, like real-time feedback for even more data.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
And it's plus the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi transmitting.
How about Bluetooth or Wi-Fi transmitting with your MacBook or your iMac Pro?
That makes some sense, but you cannot wear a glasses and carry your Mac all the way.
Yeah, but I don't expect people to wear this outdoors. Like, maybe, but
I think, bro, like, from what my point of view, how people gonna use this, like, just for example, a simple use, you wear that glasses and you going to cook, right? Right now, you have on your glasses, you can see that's salt, that's cucumber, whatever you name it, ingredients, sauce, right?
yeah.
And then at the same time, you said, okay, I'm gonna cook a steak. This glasses will tell you, like, probably just search on the YouTube right away to tell you step by step how to do it.
So,
And then let you know, okay, from the color, from the meat, it knows it's medium rare or it's well done.
so you think it's going to assist us
Yes.
like with a virtual assistant kind of, like
Yes.
an AI, sorry, built in
Yeah.
that will detect these things for you. Oh, that
Yeah,
could work.
like from what I just told you, bro, you know how much processing power
Yeah.
is need.
A lot, yeah. So you think they will put the M1?
That's my question here, bro. Like, it's gonna be hot for
Yes.
whatever chip, for
Maybe that
that
is
much
why
computing,
There's
it's
so many
gonna be
problems.
heat up. How can they cool this stuff?
Yeah, and it's on your head, and our heads
Yeah.
are also very heated up compared.
And you are looking through the glasses.
Oh yeah, your eyes. Oh man.
Where can they hide the chip? They probably can hide the chip, make the headset bigger.
Yeah.
They can put the battery, but how can they do the cooling? That's my only question here.
Yeah, they'll have to do something the way they use like MacBook Air is fanless, right?
Yes.
And perhaps something like this, or some crazy optimization with a thermal throttling built in.
But bro, I mean, M1, this, like what I said, this is another level of computing.
Yeah.
Or processing. It's totally different. Even right now, if you say M1, A15, they cannot even deal with a 3D model properly.
Yeah.
They can, but they're gonna heat up, right?
Yes, they would heat up.
So you are wearing glasses and you feel like somewhere heated up. That doesn't make any sense,
So tomorrow,
especially from this design.
so on Monday, you think that they would show
They
prototype?
probably give you like an idea. Like remember a couple of years ago, Apple said they will have a device called AirPad or Air Charging Pad, something like that.
Yeah.
But
I remember
till
that.
right now, we don't have that product.
That was because they cancelled it because of heating.
Yeah, they canceled it. Yes.
I remember that.
I think that is because of the heating problem.
They said it was heating. That was the main
Yes.
problem.
So for this one, I mean, the main feature Apple wanna do is just like what I told you, because they just wanna some they designed even MacBook, like iPhone with those LiDAR sensor camera. They just wanna push you into the AR world instead of the real metaverse right now. So these glasses will deal with those features, like real-time feedback from whatever I just said.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
But
It would just-
yes, how that can they deal the cooling? That's my only question here.
Yeah, that's gonna be some crazy engineering.
Unless they
Heat
put
transfer.
a lot of metal on it, but it seems like it's only a layer of aluminum.
Could have some basic liquid cooling within, like
Not enough.
the way the S22 Ultra has. But you're
Bro,
right, it's not gonna
not
be enough
enough.
because you need like airflow, man. For this.
You're wearing it, bro.
Yeah, you need airflow because our human bodies also produce heat, so this thing is getting double heat.
Yes.
Even though it's insulated, I can see that
Yeah.
very well. This picture.
Bro, your eye can sense it very well if it heat it up.
Oh, it'd be so painful.
Yeah. Like, bro, I mean the whole thing, it's once it heat up, the conduction gonna go over the face, right? Glasses, even the aluminum frame here.
I think this frame is gonna be like rubber. Oh, you mean the frame for the glass?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah,
the
yeah,
strap. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's gonna be interesting. It looks nice.
So, bro, like if we say, okay, let's talk about you said MacBook Air, like even iPad, they put like they don't have a fan, but they have like large area of aluminum just for cooling.
Oh yeah, large surface area. Yeah.
So it's maybe not like extreme, but it's sufficient enough.
Yeah, this one is a very tight model.
Yeah, for a small piece like that, I don't see any like contact area with like proper airflow or like a conviction.
Yeah, no, it has none of that. In fact, it's sealed. So,
Yeah. So I think that's probably like a biggest challenger for Apple to deal with the cooling performance.
it'll be interesting. I'm very excited to see this at WWDC
Mm-hmm.
because this is so new.
Mm-hmm.
Like ever since Steve Jobs like passed away, they own these AirPods, right, as a new product.
A lot, bro.
No,
I
like a
mean,
brand new product, like a different line. So he already did the iPhone, iPad, MacBooks, Mac Pros, iMacs,
yes.
and all this stuff. The AirPods were like the first. I guess even Apple Watch was after him, right?
Yeah, after him.
Yeah. So this is like the third.
So if they can make it, bro, like what I said, it's gonna be a product which can really change our world again. Because
Oh, yeah.
people will rely on this product,
A
bro.
lot, especially
I
at
will use
work,
it every day. You can use it for anywhere.
work, school.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I just hope that
Anywhere you can see, you need it.
yeah. It's just now privacy concerns and all things are going to be important because it'll have a camera.
Yeah, and the whole world will just look like, remember the Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
And also Ready Player One, remember?
Yes. Ready Player One is based on the metaverse.
Yeah, but like they're always on the VR, right? So
Yeah.
the real world looks so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But Watch Dogs, yeah, they kind of showed like everyone just has like their own tech.
Yes. I mean, no, I don't mean like Watch Dogs, everyone has their own tag. It's just like the interface
Oh,
from this glasses will look like a watchdog.
oh, imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy power if they can do that.
Yeah. I think that's the Apple's ambitions here, but let's see.
Yeah, let's see. On Monday, right?
Yep.
June 6th, we will have all the answers.
Yes.
And
yes.
then we shall do an entire reaction, event
Mhm.
reaction, right?
Yes.
So if you guys are interested, what Alex and I will do next time is on Monday we'll watch the episode, and on Tuesday we plan to release a reaction to it, where we will discuss our opinions and our like ranking of each device, what we got from our list over here today, and what we got there. We're gonna compare what the differences were, and most importantly, we would like to hear from you guys as well. You know, what are your favorite products that you've heard so far in the leaks that you hope you see at WWDC? And what are your opinions on this Apple Glass? Because I think this is like a whole new topic. Like, we did Google last month, and we spent a long time, right? Like, about the Google Glass.
Yeah.
And that was a huge topic. And now we have Apple headset. And then I guess we'll have like Samsung used to make one already. They'll just make one new one again. That would be interesting. Microsoft has one as well. It's a whole new, like you said, just now, it's a completely new, different product lineup, which could completely change the world. Because if Apple does it, everyone will do it.
Yes.
So this should be interesting, and we look forward to WWDC and hoping that you guys stick with us to the end. And if you want, subscribe so you don't miss our episodes, and hit the notification bells. Same with those who are on podcasts, just subscribe to our feeds. We appreciate all of you equally, and let us know what you prefer from these products and what you wish would show up, and we'd like to hear from you. Yeah.
Yes.
So should be good.
So I think we will call it a day today, and we'll see you guys on next Monday.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
All right, everyone. Peace.
Peace.